have yes some problems available there with the way how that you can draw these or sketch down these things there, because there have been some questions we are facing some issues with that one. So that's why I have been just selected this one. We can say that what are the different types of graphs that we have to draw there in a GCSE. But anyway, we can call them as a sine theta. So that means the sine graph, cos graph, and the tan graph. So basically, keep remember that these are the three different types of graphs that we have to draw up. And what are the key points to be remembered? So there we have some key points to be remembered here. What are the key points to be remembered? Peak and point of the intersection. Those are the key points to be keep remember, and that you can figure it out like 90, 120, and 270. Likewise, that we can mark some places there with the theta, in a sense like we can basically call it as x-axis, and keep remember. And the other one is the maximum point and the minimum point. And this is the maximum point, and this is a minimum point. And further, we can mark them there in a y-axis basically, and the y-axis. So x-axis we are using for mark the angles, either using the degree or by using radian. Whatever the way that we can mark it, that you know the radian 90 is the equal to the 5 by 2, 5 divided by 2, then the 5 by 3. Likewise, that is the 5 and like 5, and we can continue in such a way. So somehow, once you are going to sketch down with the graphs by using sine, cos, and tan, how we can do that one? So this is the graph for the sine theta. Keep remember that I think you can remember there with the particular table, the sine 0 is 0, and likewise we will continue that one. Anyway, that you can keep remember, and you can just get used to that for the others. But keep remember, once you are trying to sketch down with the particular graph there for the y sine theta, this is the way how that you can do it. Keep remember, sine theta or the sine graph is starting from the 0, and the maximum point is 1, and the minimum point is -1, and it is you can find it out, that is turning there to the other side. I mean, from the 180, so pi here, and this is a pi by 2. This is a pi radian wise. It is not going to be changed. Basic y sine theta or the basic y sine x graph is exactly this is the way how we have to graph. So that means we have to graph this one. It's a way how that you can sketch down. I will show you that you know that sometimes we are getting the sine x plus another value like the 3 or 4, and you can remember now last time that 2021 January paper that we met the question with the 4 cos x. In that situations, what that we have to do, what are the changes to be done there for the particular graph that I have been shown you there, right? Okay, I will go to the next one, that the other side also further you can continue for the other side, the minus value also that you have to continue in such a way, and that is turning again there with the, this is the any of the way the whole one for the y sine theta or the y sine x graph, maximum value is +1, minimum value is -1, and basically that is going through with the 0th place, or starting with the 0, that you can keep remember, right? The next one is the cos theta. How the cos theta can be drawn over here? How the cos theta that can be drawn over here? You know the cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Because of that reason, cos 0 is 1 in a sense, like if the x is 0, then y should be 1. That's why the cos starting from the number 1. That's why the cos starting from the number 1. And that will continue in such a way and turning from somewhere here. And again, the minimum value is a -1 and the maximum value is number 1. They are with the basic cos graph, but not there with the other graphs. Basic cos graph. Yeah, this is the way how it's going to be. Right. Now they are telling that the cos graph is the same as the sine graph, but shifted along, it start at 1 instead of the, so that means instead of the 0, that is starting from the 1, nothing else. So you have to keep remember sine starting from the 0, starting from the particular value is 1, and that is continuing to the other side in such a way. So that the thing that you have to keep remember. But the tan one is a little bit different. So you can find out. This is the way how that is going to be. The tan, you can see here. We can say the tan graph has lines called. We can say we have the asymptotes, right? We have asymptotes, actually asymptotes in the sense like we can say here we are having the one asymptome, and there we are having another one. Likewise, those are touching there with the particular one, and that will go somewhere here. So asymptotes that we have from these particular places, you have to keep remember. So likewise, somehow also starting from the 0, and that will go somewhere here all the time. The turning point, that one asymptotes that is coming from there in the -90, another one is a plus 90. Likewise, that will continue. So these 3 basic graphs that you have to keep remember. I think that for the physics and some of the times that you have been done they are with the mathematics, they are on the O levels, maybe basic graphs that you have been drawn there, and somehow just keep remember these are the basic graphs. It's a y sine graph, y cos graph, and the y tan graph that you have to be keep remember. Those 3 basically, but these are the basics. But keep remember, this is not the way how the question is going to be. Sometimes they will ask us to draw the y sine x, draw the y cos x, draw the y tan x. Such questions can be provided over there. Sometimes we are getting such questions. It's okay. We can draw. Yeah, if you are having the any of the if you are having the knowledge, then you can draw that one nicely, right? Okay, now I will send you these things for you to refer. No need to worry, but I will send whatever the things that these things that I will send you, you can just go through and refer. Otherwise, once you're trying to write this one, yeah, it's time, because now they are in the normal class. Actually, I'm asking you to draw that one and write those things, because now you have to engage with the works. That's why I'm asking you to do. But anyway, these times we don't have times, because few more times that still that we are remaining. I have to identify your weak areas, weak points, and I have to touch them and further polish those areas where that you can work for the rest of the questions. That's why no need to worry about, because exactly as I told you, there are important points I will give you there in the particular times, right? So you have to keep remember. So I will send you this one, and this is not the case. This is not the case. Okay, then what? Right, keep remember the length of the wave 360 for the all the time. Keep remember. So the one wave. So that means like that's why we have to memorize things about the physics. Then one wave starting from the this particular place, and like I say the 0 to plus 360, 0 to minus 360. So one wave is from the 0 to 360. So this is the one wave. This is a one wave starting from that particular place. Again, once it comes to the same place, we are considering it as a one wave starting from the 0, and it will go somewhere here, and again it will comes to the same place. Then we can consider it as a one wave. It has a one wave all the time, one wave, and sine cos 180 for tan. Like for the tan, that is 180. Sine and cos one wave is the 360. But keep remember there for the here you can find it out. Again, that is come to the particular place after the 180 degree. So that's also just to keep remember, that is important there for the physics even. But anyway, keep remember this is the basic. These are the basic sine, cos, tan graphs, and where we can get used, right. So further, that's not the case as I told you there. But sometimes they are asking us to sketch some graphs by using some other different ways. You can find out here. This is the y sine theta, and sometimes they're asking us to transform that to the y a sine theta. So this is the kind of a question, but that we got over there. You can remember previously we got the 4 cos x question, right. First of all, that sketch the graph vertically by a factor a. Factor a. This is factor a. So that means factor a there we have draw the graph. The factor is a here. So extra thing has been given here. It is a a. The basic graph is the sine theta, but one factor they have been given. It is a. So that much of amount we have to move. It's transformation. A amount that we have to move the particular graph, basic graph, that you have to move a times you have to move. We will see here reflections. This is a we can say this is a sine theta, and this one is the reflection. Minus mean it's a reflection. You have to remember the minus sine theta mean the reflection in the x-axis. Reflection in the x-axis, right. Remember reflections to be happen there for the x-axis. You know that there we have two axes, y and the x-axis. If this is the x-axis, any of the reflection is available there for the x-axis, we have to mention it as such a way. And we have, like, if you have the particular value like minus value inside of the inside here, then we can consider it as a reflections of the y-axis. I will give you those things there little bit later. Right now I'm not going to mix those things there, because now you have to decide by yourself. The reflections need to be happen there with x-axis or y-axis. That also you have to be decide. Such questions you have to decide that thing also, right? Whether it is reflecting there with the y-axis or whether it is reflecting there with the x-axis. Like these areas, actually I'm doing a little bit faster manner, because now because I'm thinking that you have been already done these things, and even just to memorize the things, just to figure out the things, and important factors available there for the paper only, that I'm going to highlight here, because otherwise this is not the way actually that I'm doing. Basically I'm just taking some time to explain the thing a little further. But here we are doing the totally revisioning and focusing for the paper, and even the limited time durations there we have. That's why. But the some points actually still that not being there in your mind perfectly, that I will touch those areas. That's why we are confused. Anyway, keep remember, this will says that you have transformed that one. You have to move that amount. Here this will says that if you're having the minus in front of this particular place, we have to mention it is a reflection. Okay, right. I will go to the. You can find out how you can draw these things. All the y values will swap sign. You can see that it will turn to the other side. It will turn to the other side. All the y values become the minus. So that means the reflections of the x-axis. Y all the time, sine x is the normal graph, and minus mean all the y values become, that's you can understand, if it is a minus one, it's become the if it's a plus one, it's become the minus one. That's why it came somewhere here, this particular value. Now it came here, right? So that means like totally it will turn to the other side. we can just draw that one here, like we can say if you are having it something like this, and we can, sorry, yes, I had just draw that one. Yeah, with the single line, otherwise I can't get that one. We are having this particular, so it's difficult to draw that one there with a single line. Yeah, that's so difficult. I'll try by with the mouse. Check that one. Yeah, we have starting from here, that goes roughly. I will just try my best to draw that one. Yeah, in perfect. Now we can say this is the particular graph then. And so what we have there is it was here initially, that I'm going to turn to the other side by reflections. You can say that. This is the way how it's going to be happen, and I change that when we can keep like this. So, but that's what we can say. It was now somehow once you're keeping both the things, the reflections. If you're having the mirror there in the middle, we can say if you're having the mirror there in the middle, something like this. So then the reflections of the, you can see that the reflections of this area that came here, and reflections of this area that came here. So that means kind of a reflection is going to be happen, reflecting there with the x-axis. So x-axis reflection. Likewise, that we can keep remember for the transformation or the transformation. Also, this is important for you, right? Just keep remember. And this is y minus sine theta. And you can see here, as I told you there, don't worry, I will send you this one. Now, this time, I want to show you that one. This time, the minus value is available here. But here, the minus value available there inside of the particular angle, theta, the angle that we considered over here. So you can find out now here the minus value we can find inside of the angle. In that situation, how it's going to be happen? Very important. Reflection with the y-axis. As I told you, this is a very important thing, because today also the one question that we have to come up with, that we are getting the particular thing over there. If we are having the minus beginning of the particular one not inside of the angle, then it is the reflections of the x-axis. These are the important fact I told you. These are the tricks, in a sense, tips, right? Tips you have to keep remember. Reflections going to be there with the x-axis. If you are getting the minus there inside of the angle, then we have to mention it as a reflection is happening there with the y-axis. Reflection is happening there with the y-axis, right? Further, if you are doing this theoretically, that we can draw number of sketches, and that's how we can come. But here it is not like that. Keep remember, and how it's going to be happen now. We can figure it out. You got the same y. You can see for the reverse value. You can say that here you are getting the same y values for the reverse. 90 degree give the 90 would be half. So likewise, you can find out what is happening over here, that it is going to be happen in such a way. And even it's like here actually, though these values are going to be changed, but for the y, for the sine, the same one that you are getting as this one, right? For this graph, for the sine graph, we are getting the same. But therefore, the other graphs, you won't get this one, right? You won't get this one. Therefore, the sine graphs actually, all the minus values are again becoming the minus. So because of that reason, no need to consider that thing. But once you go to the cos, the same thing over here. As we know, the cos is starting from the +1, and it is continuing in such a way you can find it out. This cos theta, the base one. And y a cos theta, in a sense, like whatever the one we got there, you can remember the last paper, it was a y4 cos theta, y4 cos x actually, that has been given, theta or x or whatever the angle. That's what we got there previously, and has been started, need to be started there from the one. And how the y cos theta, reflection of the y x axis, yes, that's how it's going to be. You can understand the same one that what we have been done there in the previously. We are having the particular one somewhere here. I will get the same color with it. I'm just drawing it here like this. I'll try best to draw the. This is a particular one there we have. Okay, now then what is going to be happen then? It's reflection somewhere here. It was here previously, and reflections you can see. Previously it was here there with the +1. It's becoming the -1. Likewise, the x-axis is looking like a mirror. Fine. We can understand that is understandable. And cos theta means it's the reflections of the y-axis. What you can figure it out here. This is the way how it's going to be happen. Now this time, cos minus theta, you can apply some values. Cos minus 90, cos 100 minus 180. Likewise, you can apply them, and you can figure it out. Basically, yeah, that you can figure it out. It was such a right. We can say it was here is something like that. Sorry, and this is the way how it's going to be happen. So that means what was here there in the previously, the same thing that we can find out. Now for the cos one, you are getting the same as the type. I will give you this one, then you can refer it later on. Here you are getting the same one. You are getting the same one. You can see here the same one you have there in the cos, but there the sign. So that means y cos theta also equal to the cos minus theta. Cos minus theta, y cos theta equal to the cos minus theta, but the sign y minus sine theta equal to the y sine theta that we have been seen in the previously. To keep remember these things, we can use them there with the paper further. You see that what we have further, right? That's the transformation part one. So transformation, few the transformation types that we have discussed. Transformation type 1 is the changing this particular value, and transformation part 2 is something like this. Now what we have the y sine theta, and this is the one that you can previously. It's also the possible questions, right? Previously that we had something. We had the some value somewhere here there in the front, like the a or whatever the value that we had there in the front. Somewhere here it was, but here we are having that a not before that one, but we have it's something like plus a. Extra a has been added over here there for this particular one. So what is going to be happen? How the transformations can be done? You know that all the time, most of the time that we are getting the question, just to sketch them down, not for the draw that particular one by applying the the graph. Actually, you don't need to draw there by applying values, creating table and applying the values and substituting them. It's not the way that you are getting the question there for the PO, right? PO is such a way. Actually, most of the time that we are trying to figure it out by going through with the information in such a way. So that, right? So for the right. So what we have over here, the shift graphs vertically, A units. Right? You can find out the shift. The what we have to do over there is, for example, this is one example. See that. What that we have been done over here, I can draw the graph something like this. I will get the same thing. I will just to try to draw it in my best of the way. But even that, this is the basic graph what we have. Perfect. And so what is going to be happen there? It was here initially, it was here initially. Simply you can understand now. Now it is mentioning that +1 y value, you can understand here, y equal sine theta +1. Y equal sine theta +1. That means all the y values need to be increased by 1. all the y values need to be increased by 1. So that means it will goes up. That will goes up such a way. That will goes up. Now, very simple. It's very simple, right? All the y values will increase by 1. Then how is happening? I will show you that it was if the 0 plus 1 should be 0 plus. So we can start from because the graph shape of the graph is not going to be changed. Shape of the graph not going to be shaped. So because of that reason, if we can figure it out with the starting point, if we can find out with the starting point, then the rest of the thing that we can draw by being there, be in that particular positions. I will show you that one here. This is the graph. I will, because 0, it was 0 here. Just concentrate this area. Concentrate this area. Though the whole graph that I'm, though the whole graph that I'm shifting, but you have to keenly have to watch this particular area. It was 0 that need to be go to the 1. So what I'm going to do here, the whole graph that I'm shifting, this is a place now, I'm shifting up to the 1. Automatically the whole graph will shift there to the upward, that much of amount. Very simple. So then this is the rest of the thing that you had draw without changing shape, because the shape of the graph not going to be changed. It's a sine x or the sine theta. It's a sine graph. Shape will not change. Because of that reason, only the shift need to be done there to the upward, because it has been given it as a plus 1. Plus 1 means shifted there to the upward. Perfect. We can go to the other one. Right. Further, what are the other questions there we have? Y minus 2 plus sine theta. So that means for the sine theta, we are having, what is going to be happening? Very simple. You have to decrease that by, I will show you that one. Very simple. It was here initially, that it was here. I will show you that one with the particular one. It was here that we can say that this is 0, right? They like here it is not mentioned over here. It was here 0. This is 0. That will be 0. I'll just put that one here, and you can understand that one there, right? So this is 0. It is not mentioned over here. Somehow this is 0. We are having 0 here. We are having 0 here, right? So we have 0 here. Now what is going to be happen there with the 0? Right. It was here, and it is mentioning that the turning, like you know that the particular shifting need to be done there to the down. It's a -2. Very simple. It's a -2. Transformation need to be done there for the. We can't say that because we got the cos y equal 4 cos x. The question we got, but these kind of some other changes they will apply. Therefore, sometimes that we are getting, because now we have to consider about the possible questions. It's better to predict them, right? Predictions need to be done there while going through with the. We are having only the nearly the 6 papers we have starting from the 2019. The first paper that started, this first paper. This is the first paper, right? After changing the syllabus, this is the first paper. 2019, the January. This is the first paper after changing the syllabus. So we have to go through with them, and we can just imagine. We can, in a sense, I can predict actually what will be the questions going to be. That's I will do that definitely nearby days. So we'll try to some certain way that we'll try to predict some questions. That's also important there for us to for you to just get ready. But anyway, it's okay that we can cover it up. Right, we can find out here this down, and what I have been done over here. It was there previously, and you are going to take them down. You can see, consider about the, as I told you there all the time, consider about the 1 point, right? This particular point only that we have to shift it. Rest of the whole one, actually, it is going to be shifted there in the particular manner. So you don't need to worry about the rest of them, because the shape is not going to be changed, as I told you. Keenly go through with this place. I will do that one here. This particular, it was a 0 initially, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move that to the bottom, and until we are meeting there after the -2. Shape is not there in the perfectly that I have been drawn. That's why that you can find out. But anyway, shape is not going to be changed. You are getting this kind of, so what just happened there, sine theta, we shifted there for the transformation has been done there for the minus 2. So this is the second transformation type. Likewise, because most of the time they are given questions in the transformations, right? So we have to, each and every units, actually we have these kind of things to be figured out as a summary, but we don't have much time anyway. We'll try to maximize, maximally that we'll try to figure it out there. Okay, we can go to the next transformation. Adding an amount sine theta vertical shift. Third transformation thing. It's the basic sine theta, and you can see previously the outside the particular value that we have been seen there with the outside of the whole, but here we can find it out inside of the angle, the particular angle that's going to be changed with the any amount, with the amount what they are mentioning. This shift graph horizontally, this much of units, you can see that horizontally that is happening there previously, right? Consider about this, and I will just go through with the question and figure it out. This is what's going to be happening then. Y takes the same set of values, same set of, you can see that it is happening there to the that side. Transformation happening there, same set to the theta values that are 90 less than before. You can find out that we are just moving them. Like a example that we can consider out here is we can say the minus 30. Y takes the same set of values. Y takes, for example, that we will draw the particular one that we can figure it out over here. This is the transformations. You know the transformations that is happening there to the so that what we have here, we can just keep it. It was here initially. We are shifting that one to the other side, and we can find out is something like this. Now you can see here this shifted area. So this is a shifted area that you can find out. This much of amount that you had shifted out, right? This is the best way that you can shift. Actually, if it's not changing, you can get used that particular thing even. You can just get used the, basically what that you can do is you can get a paper for the transformation, transparent paper, and using that one you can do this one. Simply you can draw that one, and it's such a way, and just find out the new place and just draw it. That's it, right? Very simple. And here there we have y takes some set of the values minus 30, the other side 30 more than before. Shifted the other 30 in such a way, and previously is this is for the plus 90, that is for the other side, and for the minus 30, right? So we have it like this is for the plus 90, and this much 90 you can see that from here to there that we are having the 90. I will put you here up to here, there we are having the 90. We are having the 90. Here we are having the 90. From here to there we are having the 90. 90 that we have is shifted to this side, and once it comes to this particular place, and for the sine and cos that you have, just keep remember now here, once you come to this particular place, likewise that shifted there to the, it was here initially, and 30 only that we are shifted here. So that means I will show you the, this only 30, right? This particular shifted thing, this one, this much shifted, no, this area only 30 that you have, we keep remember. This only 30, this only 30 has been shifted there to the other side, right? I will share that. This is a thing that you have to keep remember. My minus 30 mean that you are changing to the other side, and behavior and just memorize the thing, right? Okay, just I'm giving you some, and other one is the I just go through with this one, and I will give you these presentation for you to go through with that one. You can figure it out. Just you can study that one because we don't have time to write it down. Adding, subtracting amount from this time it was happened there, adding and subtracting, right? This time what is happening over here, it is a adding and subtracting, adding and subtracting. Okay, it's another transformation type. It's a multiplying right here. Factor this sketches the graph horizontally by the factor 1 by a. If you are having this one in a sense like it's 1 by a, if you have this much amount in a sense like some same set of the y value, half the value of theta. This one is a half a value of theta, you can find out. Sin theta mean that is going to be happen there, like basically stretching is happening there. You can find out this time the shape going to be shape that's going to be change, stretch that compress, right? So the graph this time this much in this 2 minutes half, stretch or compress, stretching or now here stretching in a sense why they haven't used the stretching. Half stretching mean reduce the size, half stretching mean reduce the size, stretching 2 mean increasing, right? Sometimes I'm just doing these things a little bit rapid manner, so sometimes you will not be able to get them because now it's totally, but you can get that one after reading the content. I know you're having that ability, so you can go through that one and read it and just to get some idea. This time you can understand divide by 3 in a sense like it will set of the value, triple the value because by if you are having this particular one by 3 mean it's a multiply. You can see that it's stretch over there, stretching over there, and theta 3 times it will increases a particular one that you can see. This 180 here, no? After stretching that one 3 times, it's become 540. This time it was there with the 180, but become the half in a sense like it came here. I will show you that one little. So it's a very important, very interesting thing. Whatever that, if you know these things, any of these kind of questions that you can answer. Sometimes you will not understand sometimes, but if you are doing this they are in the theory class, I'm just getting sometimes and doing a lot more things, but here maybe some inconvenience that you have. It was here, you can see now what was happened over here, that as I told you there is a compress this much. You can see that it was happened such a, because half away 2 by 2 mean multiply by 2 in a sense like you have to reduce the size. It was the original one. The original one is something like this, right? Original one. Yeah, original one, something like this. Now once this comes to this particular place, actually we can't, because now they have been reduces increase the size, no? The 540 here, 540 in a sense like sketch that one, and that's what's going to be happen. This meeting there with the 540. If you have the q by theta by 4 mean 4 times it will increase. If you're having the 4 theta mean, if you have the sine 4 theta mean, further it is decreasing to the 4 times, like further it is going to be reduce the size. It will become something like this. If it is a 4 theta, if it is 4 theta, that further it is likewise. So you can see that this time the shape in a sense like the kind of place that is going to be touched over, that is changing. Now behavior totally while going through with these few of the slides, you can figure it out with the all behaviors, right? So that's why I wanted to show you here. Okay, I think you can get that one right. So there we have right. Okay, now sometimes we are getting, we will just do this question and we will jump into the today's paper, because now without because this is a very important area, whatever that, as I told you there, whatever the areas that I'm identifying there with the papers and all, I will just do it with you a little. That is important, because if I identify something there today, that also that you can, we can discuss there, because now right. So one kind of question, you need to be able to answer these kind of questions. But the question, the graph shows the function. The function is fx sine theta plus k. The function is fx equal sine theta plus k. So they're asking question over there, write down the value of k. Right. So so there 0. we have yeah, that is the 0.5 exactly, because it has been it was the, you know, that yes, perfectly correct, you got the point. Yeah, smaller positive value for the theta in a sense that for the particular angle, that is going to be, because now you have to apply there with the, you have to apply there the y value that you have to apply there. For example, consider about the maximum. They are asking about the minimum point with the -1. You can apply the -1 here. K, we found that it's a 0.5. Then you have to find out the theta, right? So do this particular solve the particular one. For the fx, you can substitute the -1. For the k, you can substitute the 0.5 that you figure it out, and then the theta you had to figure it out. You had to find the theta, sine theta equal to whatever the value that you are getting, then get the sine inverse. That will be the theta value of the particular place. Once you are just doing that particular one, you will get 270 as the minimum point theta, value that you will get that one. Then what is the value of the sine theta at this point? They're asking the sine, so that means sine 270. Sine 270 is equal to the 0.5. We can find out somewhere here, this place, right? Likewise, some questions that they can give about the cos theta. What is the value that you can figure it out here, right? It's the, because we have been now this time, so you can remember I told you that we are moving them. If it is a plus, in a sense like we are moving to the left, plus mean we are moving to the left. Keep remember that one. Plus mean, you can remember that previously I have been showing you that if it is plus, that come this one. If it is a plus, we are moving to the left, right? We are moving to the left. And if it is a minus, we are moving to the right. That amount, this amount, right? Degree wise, this amount that we are moving. Because of that reason, what are the questions that we got over here is the this question. It was the, like we can say this amount that we have been shifted with the graph 20 units left. The amount is not clear. Yeah, this is 17 or 70. It was 90. That is clear in a sense like we had to just consider that one. It was a 90 somewhere here. It was 90 somewhere here. This yeah, it was 90 somewhere here. Then even it has been shifted there to the left 20. That's why now it is been there in the 70 mean. It was 90 initially. Now it's been there in the 70. That means shifted there to 20 times, 20 units, right? Not the 20 times, 20 units. The graph that we can mention it as the cos theta plus 20. What is the value of the theta at x? Likewise, that we had to figure it out. It's the theta value that you had to figure it out. Then basically that you will get it as a 250, the theta value, right? Likewise, coordinates of the minimum in a sense like we are getting somewhere here after doing so, and we get the minimum point. What we get there is the 160, and minus value is here, and this particular value should be 160. Just you can find out the value of the cos theta at y. Now you got some idea. We can say this become this kind of a way. This time speed up the thing. So spend nearly the 1 hour, but it's a very important one. So you can see we know that fx cos theta plus k, cos theta plus 20 is we can say we can figure it out like right. So that's how anyway cos theta they're asking with the y, right. We have to cos theta cos 20 that we know the cos theta that we know, and likewise we can substitute and do it like